Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? Go ahead. Yeah, good morning, everybody. This is the Chef Jew Wrestling Podcast with my brother Papa Paul, Backwards Dolphin, and my man Joe, aka Man of the Hour. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. How y'all feeling?
Doing good, doing good.
Fine and dandy.
Uh-oh. Testing.
Mr. Paul, what's going on, brother? I was wondering if that was you or not. You ain't never lied. Backwards Dolphin it is.
How you doing, Mr. Polk?
Testing.
We hear you.
We hear you.
We can hear you. We hear you, Mr. Paul. Oh, he must not heard us. But yeah, man, we're gonna start the show right off with one of the biggest wrestling stories that has happened since we've been on here in the last 2 weeks. The WWE has bumped their head and raised their prices up to a point that you have to take a mortgage out to get front row or floor seats at a WWE event. I literally just seen a couple weeks ago that at Alliance Stadium at next year's WrestleMania, floor seats are front row floor seats are $70,000. We're not even talking about the VIP packages. The VIP packages are $100,000 and even more. The cheapest ticket for WrestleMania next year is $846. So, gentlemen, the question of the day, and we're going to stay on this topic as long as we like. The question of the day is, since TKO has bought WWE, did you guys ever seen it going this far?
Who bought WWE?
Yes, WWE.
No, I didn't. It's taking me back to a day like when I was a kid, where just a $50 pay-per-view was considered a lot. You know, as a kid, because when you're a kid, you being a kid, you're not understanding the fact, like you're telling your parents you want to get this event and we don't have the money and all that, but my goodness, I feel like I'm back in those days, because I mean, if we're gonna be just to watch professional wrestling and paying this type of money for it, like I don't see the point. And it's like, I don't mean to bring up football or whatever, but like it's like the same thing I say, like with the Cowboys. Like we get clowned for 30 years of no NFC championships and all this other stuff. Everybody in the conference has been to an NFC title game at least once in the last 30 years, except the Cowboys. And I always said that the reason why is because Jerry is bringing in money, regardless whether the team is winning or not. So it's the same thing with WWE. As long as the fans are still going to be doing what they're doing, and it's going to be a certain group of fans that's going to be able to do this. And long as they see any type of profit, anything that's going to elevate them, they don't care. Hell, it might be a tariff on WWE. I don't know.
Mr. Pope, same thing to you, Mr. Pope. What you think? What's your thoughts?
So basically, this is my first time hearing this. So again, that WWE has been bought by
TKO.
TKO.
Yeah, WWE.
Wow.
TKO is the corporation that owns not only WWE, they have the UFC and also has their contract with Your Excellency Turkey. They actually have a whole boxing, UFC, and wrestling thing. And they bought UFC I know they bought WWE for $9 billion.
Wow.
I think the whole package was close to, what was the whole package? Joe, you can help me out, or yeah, you can help me out with this. I think the whole total for the boxing,
Hmm.
WWE, and UFC was like close to 20 something, maybe close to $20 billion or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the number, but yeah, TKO is loaded.
Okay. But
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So
Well.
you, go ahead, Mr. Paul.
Um. Okay. Um. I just read that it's on. Let me see. By on 49% by TKO. So this is new to me. So my thing is this. Hopefully, um, with this new company, maybe they can cater more to the fans, especially those who go to the matches and what have you, and hopefully bring the price of admission to wrestling matches down. Also, maybe bring as far as merchandise and stuff,
Well,
maybe bring the price for that down. But hopefully they
bad,
can take
bad,
the
bad news to bad. Not to cut you off, but bad news to that. I just said, and I think you were having problems with your mic. Um, I just said that next year's WrestleMania in Las Vegas,
uh,
a front row seat is $70,000.
oh my goodness, gotta be
The
kidding me.
cheapest, the cheapest ticket at WrestleMania is $846.
Ooh, well, with that being said, Dolphin winners, I hate to say it, but they're going to experience a big drop in fans coming to the wrestling match because it's a lot of people who enjoy wrestling that can't afford it. They're not going to be able to afford that.
Right.
And then also too, if I'm seeing with WWE that they moved what is it Monday night uh Monday night to uh Netflix, and what I'm saying
Netflix.
is that
Mhm.
not everybody can afford that. So um, hopefully with this new company that is, and some at some point they'll come around and kind of cater more towards the fan because that's a $800 something, and that's the lowest price. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money,
That's,
And then the other
now,
thing
here's
is,
the funniest part. Go
mhm.
go ahead, Mr. Paul. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm gonna say this because hopefully they can take WWE in a different, maybe in a different and better direction because I'm gonna say this and I'm not trying to be political. WWE has some issues that for the past few years I've been seeing that I don't like, and hopefully I'm not gonna go into it, but I'm just saying I hope that maybe this new company can take it in another direction that's better.
Paul,
Well,
you can actually say something on this point. Paul, you can say something on this point because I know you don't watch wrestling, but as just somebody that used to go to wrestling back in the day, like how would you feel right now if you were told that you got to pay $846 for the cheapest ticket to go to WrestleMania?
I mean, me and Shake's tickets were like when we went to WrestleMania, they were like, I believe we paid like a total of 400 or 500, and that was together. That was for both our tickets together,
Right, right.
and then that was like what 2013 or something like that. So
Oh, good grief.
we look at
Hmm.
you know all these years later, and we're talking about cheapest tickets. That mean they're gonna sit higher than where we were, and you're talking about
Hmm.
$800.
Mm,
Yeah, I
And
think
bumps your
I
head
don't
either way.
I don't think TKO is gonna help the product. I mean, it's gonna help it to them. For them, it's gonna help them, but for us as the
Mhm.
consumer,
right.
we're not. They just I said it a couple weeks ago. They're filtering us out.
Mhm.
Mm. Oh,
Mhm.
and one more thing,
Very
Okay.
because
much so.
I apologize for my sound when I first came on. So if I go in and
Oh, you
out,
good, brother? My mic
be
is
patient with me.
dude. My mic is choppy as hell, man, and I have
Mm,
communication problems all the time. Not on here
Hey,
when I'm doing the WCF talk and stuff, but my brothers also. So
yeah.
trust me, I have the same issues sometimes. So I appreciate you.
Okay. Shout out to Shake. He's in the comments. He said it was 150 a piece.
Mhm.
So
hmm
Yo,
that's
dude, come on,
that's even
come on, you
worse.
can't do that.
That's we paid 150 a piece and sat up here and was like I guess mid level. I would guess. I don't know where we was, but we wasn't close, but we wasn't far either.
Yo,
So
listen. What's crazy about what you guys paying 150? I went to WrestleMania in the 90s and I paid $125 for my ticket and I had excellent seats and I was up, but I wasn't up to a point where I couldn't see. I was up where I could I was right literally right by where they was walking out and I could literally see everything from like the ring entrances all the way. I was literally like maybe seats away from the WrestleMania side on the
mhm.
right hand side of the WrestleMania side, and I could actually see the wrestlers walk out. I could have a clear view of the ring, the whole nine, and
we we were
it was sold out. And I paid 100. Yeah, I paid 125.
we were close enough where you could feel the heat come from the pyro when Undertaker came out.
Wow,
Wow.
that's pretty close.
Yeah, so and yeah, but it's all a money grab, man. Like I don't know, like it's just all yeah. They talking about entertainment and everything and all this, but I mean I don't know. Like is this to pay these wrestlers more money or what are we doing here? Like are we gonna
It
get
seems
better
like
Well,
tech
here's the
for the
thing, Joe and
TV?
Hour. I don't know if you've seen the video. I don't know if you've seen the video that was out where the actual fans met Randy Orton and his wife, and they were talking to them, and they told them that they paid like $50,000 like for both nights. And they were like, he was like, what? And he said, and then like Randy was like, are you serious? And he's a person that works for the company. He's the entertainer and the
Mm,
wrestler. And he's got his eyes like, holy shit. Like, you guys paid that much to come see us? Like, even the
right.
talent is at all. Like what the, yeah, and so there's a problem when the talent says something about it. It's a problem,
yeah.
and going from there, let's go from there to like saying, what happened last night in the main event between Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton for the three-way for the world title. Can someone please explain to me what was that? And I'm not being sexist by saying this. I want to make sure because people want to take a clip and post it and make me like an asshole. We're not doing that. I respect every single one of those females. I respect women and men's wrestling, and I respect wrestlers as a whole. But that ending was like, what the fuck was that? Like somebody messed up.
Big time. Because I actually got up this morning and watched the replay of just that match. And I said,
Right.
wait a minute, what is going on here? I don't know. Nowadays, I just don't. It's some things I just can't figure out. I'm here's my. I've been watching wrestling so long to the point that sometimes, whether it be WWE, AEW, I can sometimes figure out what's going to happen because I've been watching it so long. But good
Mhm.
grief, there comes some. There's some. What happened last? That what happened with that match there? I have no idea what's going on with that. And then the thing that surprised me was um when um when what's the, when Jay Butler head open and what have you.
Yeah,
I said, wait a minute,
yeah,
what's going
yeah.
on?
That was nuts.
And
I'm like, what the?
one thought came to my mind, but I said, you know what? I can't have, I can't put, I shouldn't be thinking that way. But like I said, I just, Dolphin, I just don't know. I got some thoughts, but I'd rather not say it. Tell you the truth.
I mean, we listen. It's a polite way of saying things, and I kind of got a good idea where you really want to go with this. And we can go there a little. I want to go there a little later because I already know we iron out right there. I just want to
Okay,
get Joe's thoughts. I want to get Joe's thought on that, and I actually want to add on to this
okay, gotcha.
with the product of the WWE that's they're putting out right now. And we're going to get into not just Joe's thought on the same conversation on the same question. I want him to go into the clusterfuck of WrestlePalooza versus the AEW All Out. I want him to start off with that as well. So I want your thoughts on the first thing first, Joe.
Okay. Honestly, I'm still watching this match. I haven't really got all the way through it. So,
Okay.
but it I don't. I mean, are we doing the invasion thing again?
They are doing the invasion thing with TNA. They're doing it with TNA versus the NXT talent. That's what they're doing
Yeah.
to build up war games.
Right. So, um, so we're doing it. So it's NXT versus TNA, and
Yes.
which a redo of all over the back in the days of the SmackDown versus Raw type thing, but that was Survivor Series type stuff.
Correct.
So War Games is we're doing the double cage thing, right?
Correct.
Ah,
I mean, they have all the copyrights and all the copyrights from WCW since they own WCW and the whole library and everything. So they got the rights to all of that. They got the rights to Super
yeah,
Brawl. They got the rights to every, and ECW as well. So
yeah. I know, yeah, I know that they own it because I've seen they bring back all the back in the day name pay-per-views, the Bash at the Beaches and all that other stuff. And they usually go into they usually give those to NXT
right,
nowadays, those WCW type pay-per-views and stuff like that. But yeah, I am watching this thing about Jade getting her head bust open.
sheesh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was
That
what did I
really
say
shocked
though?
me.
But what did I say? Nia Jax, her strength, you know, she flings her
She's
over.
reckless, dude.
See, and
She's
then
reckless. When I
and
seen it, because here's the craziest shit. The craziest shit. Not to cut you off. And I know Mr. Polk might agree with me because I know you said you're just catching up to it.
yeah,
I'm seeing the spot. I'm seeing the spot, right? So I'm like, oh God, I hope this shit go well. And when I seen it happen, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, yo, what the like it's like a what the fuck moment. Like, damn. Like it was like reverse, like maybe a couple weeks ago when Tiffany took the backflip out and she hit her head hard as shit on the outside mat. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm happy that they brought Matt back. I'm really happy they brought Matt back. Because could you imagine if that young lady and a man too? Because we've seen this before. Could you imagine if a young lady or a young man decided to do that fucking moonsault and hit their head on fucking concrete, that would have been way more gruesomer than what
Yeah.
would have led on to me. It was bad enough when she whiplashed her head against that mat, and that mat is like a fucking wrestling mat, and that shit hurts. That shit hurts. But back to
Oh,
the recklessness of Nia
oh,
Jax.
okay, so I
Shit.
just saw, and I'm seeing that the referee fucked up. Nia Jax
Hmm.
fucked up. Nia Jax fucked up because Nia Jax was supposed to kick out,
Kick out.
and she didn't kick out. Also Tiffany was late on her spot because as you can see, Nia's looking for Tiffany to come, but Nia had to kick out the first time.
Right.
And Nia wasn't supposed to kick out. Tiffany was supposed to push Jade off of her, but Tiffany didn't come in time. If you watch the match again, as soon as the referee raises Tiffany's hand, you can see she says, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
So she fucked up.
Yeah.
She fucked up right there. She wasn't. Yeah, and both of them fucked up because she knew her spot. She knew she was supposed to count two. See, the referee knew she was supposed to count two. Nia didn't
Right.
know she was supposed to kick out for some reason. Nia was supposed to kick out
Right.
and then to get the somersault move done to her or whatever, because that's what it ended up happening.
Mm.
So you mean to tell me you have enough strength to push Jade off of you, lay there for Tiffany's pin, don't kick out on time, get dragged over in the spot so Tiffany can do the move to you? Yeah, all type of you got reckless versus sloppiness, and I hope this match between Stephanie and Tiffany at Crown Jewel is better than this. I've heard rumors of something that they were going to try to get the title off of Tiffany though.
Yeah, I've heard that too, but I'm thinking right now, like I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know they're not gonna do it. I would like it to be a title versus title match at Crown Jewel with the Crown Jewel title on the line. So that means whoever wins that title walks away with 3 belts instead of 2. But I know Triple H is not gonna do that. But this is why that's why I decided to say, look, I want to go right into what you just said, man, in the hour, right into WrestlePalooza versus the AEW All Out pay per view last week. Now, I'm going to be honest with everybody on here. I didn't finish WrestlePalooza after the Stephanie McCoy and Io Sky match. No, I wasn't sold on the mixed tag match with CM Punk and AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I just wasn't, and I love Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. And I'm a CM Punk fan to a point, and I don't know much about AJ Lee, and I'm not taking no credit away from her. And I think she's a phenomenal wrestler as well. But with that, and then the main event, what I read about the main event, and literally listened to multiple podcasters and people that follow professional wrestlers and write, they said it was definitely lackluster. And the reason why it was lackluster is because there were some original plans for the actual main event that could have been way better than what the fuck it was. The original plans were with Cody and Drew going up to Triple H and agreeing to this. Cody and Drew McIntyre both agreed that Cody would put Drew McIntyre over, and the way he would put him over would be Randy Orton coming in and interfering in the match and turning Randy Orton heel and having a fucking whole feud between Cody and Randy Orton, and then it would be getting the title back from Drew later on down the line and let Drew McIntyre actually have a run. And Triple H turned it down.
Yeah, that would have
So,
because I did
so
see
I want to
something
know what your
about them
thoughts.
turning.
Yeah,
I did see something about them wanting to turn Randy heel and whatever. I thought
right.
it should have been done sooner, but I guess with the whole, they love the whole, going overseas and the audience is singing your music and stuff like that. I guess they wanted to get. From my understanding, I'm just guessing that if we just get the people to sing, because they love to put the volume meter on the bottom of the screen to show you how loud it is in the building. So
Mm.
let that happen with because instead of being mixed with some booze and stuff like that, you get the whole crowd singing "I hear voices" and all that other stuff. They do the Cody
Yes,
Rhodes
yes,
song and all that, so they love that. So they're gonna make sure all the good guys get that. Yeah,
right.
but if they turn Randy heel, it's like, damn, everybody that Cody damn near used to help him win the title at WrestleMania is turning on him. Kevin Owens, you know, what Randy or all we
Mhm.
need is, who else? The Usos, Jade, and Jade look like he's on that vibe too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
And I'm
saying?
liking it. I'm not even gonna lie.
So
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love it. I
the
love
only
it.
thing
I,
I
I
don't
love the
want
fact that
The only thing I don't want to see Jimmy and Jay at it again.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
where it's headed.
you could turn them heel.
That,
Y'all could have y'all little differences with each other, but we don't need y'all to be at opposite ends again, like how
right.
it was when you left the bloodline.
Well,
So
got you.
my thing is this with Jay and his brother. I'd rather them see both of them turn heel as a tag team than just like you said, than to be at each other's throat. I prefer that that they do it like I said as a brothers tag team.
yeah,
Uh, with Randy Orton, to me, I've been watching Randy Orton since he came into wrestling, and it was just to me it's no surprise that he turned heel because that to me that's really his real character is to be that heel type of that heel type of wrestler. So it's not surprising to me. And even as a so-called uh good wrestler, his character is not that far from being that heel to me.
yeah.
So and then the situation with Cody, it's the history with his dad and with Randy's dad and Cody's dad. Um, you
Oh,
know,
they're gonna
uh,
sell that.
right, exactly. So that, to me,
Mhm.
all that is nothing new to me.
Yeah, they're gonna sell the
Exactly.
hell out of the fathers.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
with that being said, what was you guys' thoughts on WrestlePalooza this past weekend?
Um, I love the John Cena match. You know,
Oh man, he squashed the shit out. Lord have did he 12, 12? Was it 12 to 15 F5s? I'm like, Jesus, there's
yeah,
a mutilation in there.
he yeah, he dominated the match. John Cena had his little hits here and there, but the
Yeah,
way they sell Brock Lesnar, the beast, the monster, whatever they want to call him and stuff like that. They had to do that, but I didn't expect it to be that the match to be go that short. And
yeah,
then for Cena to come out the way he came out with all the little kids
yeah. I did.
and
That's what
then
I
get
didn't like.
squashed.
Hmm.
Like that was just weird. Like came out with your new T-shirt, all the little kids coming out with you, and you got demolished out there. It looked like that one pay-per-view that what it was years ago with the where you got the 17 suplexes.
Hmm.
It was
Oh my goodness. Woo!
it was just a shorter version of that match. It was dominated by Brock Lesnar. And it's like John Cena, you just gonna go out and just say, you know what? I'm gonna let Brock Lesnar look like the beast that he is. I'm gonna agree to this. I'm gonna take this ass whooping. And John Cena looked like he was ready to retire right there after that match, the way he left that ring. John Cena, John Cena,
He said,
John
fuck the
Cena
last
was
5 days.
like,
I'm out.
John
Yeah.
Cena was like, God, like he was pulled out of a car wreck.
Well, with me, I mean, I understand the situation Brock Lesnar being the beast. The only thing I didn't like about that storyline is that, just like you said, John Cena came out there with all those kids all dressed up like him and this and that and what have you, and for him to be demolished by Brock Lesnar, you know, the reason why I don't like it is because to me, it's like you might actually traumatize those kids by by them watching um, John Cena get F5 so many times.
They don't. WWE don't care. They showed them kids in the audience crying.
Yo, I was cracking up when I seen that shit. I'm sorry, I might be a piece of shit for that, but I was crying. I was cracking the fuck up. I was like, yo, young boy, shit. I was like, they playing the young boy, and I'm like, no, they ain't playing young boy. Young boy was legit crying. Like, oh
Mhm.
my god, what is he doing to my hero? And I was like, damn.
Hmm. Yeah, so that's why even though I may say I may not like it, I know it's just it's wrestling, it's a business. So, but yeah, that's how I felt about that. But other thing too, is that for John Cena to keep coming back and getting beaten so many times. When is it going to stop? When is John Cena going to say, you know what? Let me just go ahead and be done with it, and what have you. Let me go out with let me go out in a brighter way. That's the best way I can put it.
And but I've said this months ago when we was on here and we had a discussion about Brock Lesnar and there was some of y'all that told me Brock Lesnar was not coming back. And I told y'all
Me, I
it's
was one of
WWE.
them. I was one
Yeah, I
of
was
them.
one of them
It's
too. I
I
was
was
one
like
of
it's WWE.
them.
And I'm like, expect the unexpected, man, because this is what WWE does.
Hmm.
Regardless of what goes on with a wrestler in their private life or whatever, no matter how bad it gets.
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, and this is crazy to say, and y'all would disagree, but I'm not putting shit past WWE. If Chris Benoit ain't kill himself, there would have been a chance he'd have showed up too.
Hmm.
Ain't
Somewhere
that
down the
crazy?
line.
Ain't
Somewhere
that
down the
crazy?
line,
You are not lying.
where it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years later.
Hmm.
Brock,
Yep.
I mean, Chris Benoit would have made an appearance. Somehow he would have got into something, some way. They would have allowed him to be back on TV. Now, during the Cena and Brock Lesnar match, did you guys see the sign that says he's not
Ooh,
supposed to be here
ooh,
and you know why?
and you know why?
What
Ooh,
what what did, what did
damn.
the sign, what did the sign say?
He's not supposed to be here and you know why.
Oh boy.
Ooh, they gonna blur that one out.
Wow.
Hmm.
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this about a storyline seen a few years back with the Big Show, between the Big Show and I think it was either Triple H or Vince McMahon, where they were talking to the Big Show and bad mouthing him and saying that you got yourself into a lot of debt and this and that, and that I think they even mentioned something about his wife left him because he was in so much debt, and that he is like he owe that, like, we own you, Big Show,
Mhm.
and you do what we tell you to do, or else you're gonna you're gonna continue being in the situation that you're in. Do y'all any of y'all remember that?
I don't remember it because I wasn't watching WWE back then, but I know Man of the Hour can relate on it. So yeah,
I
I can't
think
even
I
answer on that.
do. I think I do. You mean this is like all on TV type stuff, right?
Well, it was a little bit. It was a little bit on T. It was on TV, but the way they were talking about it sounded like it was actually personal. And my thing is, I don't know if it was true or if it was just a storyline that they made up for the Big Show. But they made it seem like the Big Show was he was wrestling. He wasn't wrestling well. Something was bothering him. Then it's like I don't know if it was Triple H or Vince McMahon stepped up to him and because he wanted to stop or something he wanted to do, and they told him no, you can't because we own you because right now you're broke. And if you don't do what we say, you're going to continue broke. And they was speaking this to him as though his he's losing his wife, his family, whatever,
I think I do know, but was this done in the ring, or this was
Mm,
done like privately and it came out and like into some media
No,
type
it was
stuff?
it was done in the ring. It was
Okay,
done in
so
the ring.
right. So what I think it is, WWE has this thing where they turn real life scenarios into a shoot
Hmm.
and whatever. Like, the whole Matt Hardy and Lita and Edge thing. That was a
Right. I remember that.
real that was real, but it was handled and then they made it into part of the show because it
Mm,
was so public. It got so public where they had to find a way to sit up there like, okay, we can still use these two guys and whatever. And as long as they're cool, to do this storyline, cool.
hmm.
So they did it and whatever. It
Right.
worked out for them and whatever and whatever. So I think that's what it was with the whole thing of what you're saying about broke. Because what I've known, Big Show at the time was one of those dudes that was like on one of those almost like Undertaker type things. Them,
Uh-huh.
the respect that is given to him. Like he had his own jet and his own this and that, and he could do whatever he damn near wanted to do. That's why toward the ending of his WWE career, you really didn't see much of Big Show on TV. You only saw Big Show when they wanted to push somebody.
Hmm.
Big Show even said it. He's the only one that turned heel and face like 30 something times in 1 year. Because he was like, whatever you guys need me to do, I'm doing it.
Hmm.
So maybe it was a real life situation and then they turned it into like a shoot for TV because, like I said, some of these wrestlers' personal lives get publicized.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we start to see it. And, it's like now, how do we incorporate you into this and without that being a distraction. So they use the distraction as part of the story
Hmm.
is
Gotcha.
what they kind of do. That's how I look at it because I know there's a lot of situations that happen for real. The
Hmm.
whole steroid thing and
Yeah,
that ends
yeah,
up
yeah.
becoming a thing on TV when Hogan and him and Vince had it out. They had a little spat right there in front of the crowd. Like
Hmm.
Vince telling them, I made you, I can make another you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
shit like
Mhm.
that, So, that's how I see it. I think that's what they do purposely as part of their thing because, they bring up, even when Naomi walking out, even though they do mention Sasha Banks because Sasha Banks is WWE property, but
Hmm.
not Mercedes Monet. They would never call her by that name.
Right,
But
exactly.
when they say Sasha, they who they're talking about, and they bring up that situation, especially when Naomi had to put down the title. Of course, they bring up everything that that she went through, like walking out on the company,
Hmm.
having to find her way back, and they giving her the title, and all
Right.
and then she ends up being pregnant or whatever. So they have to do what they got to do for that belt and whatever. But they use the real life stuff into their stories.
Yeah,
Hmm. Got
what's going on, guys? Like, I'm
What's
sure
good?
what's up, Shay?
they told
Shay, what's up,
when
Shay?
it was going on. Remember when Austin ran away, walked away for the first time? They brought that up. They brought they found a way to bring the screw job into storyline and make it seem
Mm-hmm.
like our family got their revenge.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's what they do. They do that because then if you notice after the screw job, we haven't seen Bret Hart on WWE television forever. And then all
Yeah,
of a
man.
Mhm.
sudden, he's into the Hall of Fame. He's good. Hell, he has one of the. I don't care what anybody says. I respect what these guys do as athletes and whatever. But WWE need to stop the bullshit with just making up Hall of Fame shit. Like now we got Hall of Fame matches.
Thank you.
And
Thank
they
you.
threw in Austin and Bret Hart's match as a Hall of Fame match. Like, come on, man, what are we doing? Stop it. Let's just get some
Be
old
honest with you, the Hart
motherfuckers up there.
Foundation.
Yeah, let's get some
Some
old
people just
motherfuckers
straight
up
up.
there. Let's get some old motherfuckers up there. Let them tell their stories in the business and whatever, and clap their ass off the stage. Simple.
Agreed.
We
You know
don't
how
need to sit up
WWE
there and
does
have.
it. You know.
So we don't need to sit up there because it's like, even though it was Stone Cold and Bret Hart, I just feel like if they continue this wave, it's now the Hall of Fame is just a participation trophy. That's all it is. Because now it's like you don't even you're gonna have guys getting Hall of Fame rings for matches instead of what they did as an athlete.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
You know what I'm saying? Because
from the old days, those guys, those wrestlers they actually earned that Hall of Fame um, title. But now what you're saying is that if they win a Hall of Fame match, it's like they're put into a Hall of Fame, even though they didn't work. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but even though they don't work as hard as some of the guys in the past did.
yeah. But that this WWE for you though. They love to sit up there and they that's why listen. This is why I think they did the show was on Netflix now, Unreal. Because so many people is getting rumors or information or whatever because of whomever it is that leaks and tells a lot of backstage stuff and what's going on with whomever. And I guess they said, fuck it, we could benefit from it by just showing it to y'all ourselves. I remember after I think it was WrestleMania this year, where a fan caught a glimpse of Bianca and Rhea Ripley hugging each other after their match. They just killed each other in the ring in the triple threat match, and they lost. And when Rhea comes backstage, Bianca's right there waiting on her, and they hugged each other, and then they ran off because they were in an area where they can be seen by fans and whatever. So it's like now they use WWE when they came up with Unreal, they use that damn footage on their shit now.
Yeah, absolutely. They said, fuck it. The fans already know. See, I'll say this. We knew as wrestling fans, we've all been wrestling fans over 20, 30, 40 years of our lives, okay? We knew after a certain point in time, we knew what it was about professional wrestling before they put the little TV show and before Vince came out and said it was scripted or was premeditated and, put the cat out of the bag and that had the little wrestling show that came out. Here's the secret for professional wrestling when they had the masked people and it was like all shaded and shit. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was like in the late 80s, early 90s, they came out with that after Vince let the cat out the bag and did their own version of, holds and different things like that and stuff like that. And that's how we found out. Now in this day and age, the internet, and I said this before on a few shows, social media has killed kayfabe. Kayfabe is not the same as it used to. After a while, we found out these guys, like you just said, they would kill each other in the ring, and then they actually going out having drinks or playing video games with each other afterwards, and you know what I'm saying? It is more of a business aspect. You get what I'm saying? CM Punk and Seth Rollins, they put the act on that they can't fucking stand each other. One thing I learned when I was like a young boy is when they can't stand each other so much, that means they got a great fucking relationship outside the ring. Meaning that that's his fucking either godfather or his child or this his best friend or whatever. And see, like back in the day when Magnum TA got fucking hurt and almost died in a car crash and was hurt in the car crash, the police had to sneak flare those guys in the back way. So, because it was kayfabe. Kayfabe was so strong. That's what kept professional wrestling. Because we didn't have that technology. We didn't have that technology back then. And we didn't have that, oh shit, actually you're cool outside. No, we didn't have that. We had that notion like, yo, he want to kill this dude the next week because we got the notion that they're enemies, but they have to sneak the Four Horsemen in just to see him and let him hold the title and take a picture with him and wish him well and stuff like that. So with the technology today, that's what's happened, and with the time split today, what happened is now wrestling fans are not patient. And they want it now. They don't want to wait. They want it now. They don't want to, this, that, and the other. So that's what it is. That's what happened to professional wrestling in that point, in that aspect.
Yeah, you would think back in the day that Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes hate each other with the passion.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never lied.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is now, what you just saying that, if you go, I want you guys, like I say all the time, please go watch Chris Van Vliet. Look at some of these shoot interviews where these gentlemen actually did shoot interviews where like RF videos, they're on YouTube or other wrestling outlets where they actually did shoot interviews with these men and women later on in their lives, and they actually were telling the stories and telling them what led up to certain things, and to hear the stories come out of their mouths, it's insane. Like, there was a point in time they said, like, Flair didn't confirm this, but I know Dusty confirmed, like, he was the one that proposed half of that shit. When he was getting beat up by the Four Horsemen, he proposed a lot of that stuff to make it look real. Whatever is good for the business, we're going to do what's good for the business. And that's where those crazy bunkhouse stampede matches and all that stuff back in the day, and the hatred between, like, Nikolai Volkov and like, those guys for the Four Horsemen and vice versa, and then the turns, and it was what was best for the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go ahead, Mr. Paul.
No, even back in the days with the Iron Sheik, you would think just watching some of the Iron Sheik's wrestling matches that he was hated a great deal, but from what I was told off camera, the Iron Sheik had some of his best friends with some of his opponents, and he also had a good number of fans that also liked him as well.
Yeah, and another thing,
go ahead, Shade.
I want to say another thing too is the fact if wrestlers hated each other, they want to sell their moves.
Right.
I
I'm not kicking out of your shit.
Yeah. No, like, for example, the Drew McIntyre Randy Orton match where Randy got slammed into the fucking ropes and he got up, and Drew knew he fucked up, so Drew followed him outside the ring, and Randy wasn't selling his punches or none of that shit because he knew you fucked up, Drew. Like he said, in my whole fucking career, I never got slammed into the ropes. And them ropes don't fucking tickle, ladies and gentlemen. They don't fucking tickle. Them shits hurt. Them ropes are like steel cables. And like, you really can fuck yourself up if you don't run them ropes right. But
did you see what Randy said after he got slammed into the ropes? I think after he did the DDT, his famous DDT he does, he DDTs Drew, and as he gets up, he says, "You're not gonna slam me in the fucking ropes." That's exactly what he said.
Hey, but if you don't mind, I want to weigh in on this the topic of the beginning of the show.
Go ahead.
Let's go. Yeah, please do, Shay. Please.
And the way I look at it is, remember back in the day when a girl would play so hard to get that she would run that man into the arms of the person she despised.
Yep.
And I think that's what WWF is going to do. They're going to run the fans to AEW. AEW is like, hey, listen, man, if they want to overcharge you, man, you're welcome here, bro. We'll make the fan experience. We're going to give you the fan experience that WWF is refusing to give, or WWE is refusing to give you. So all that is going to do is play into Khan's hands. Like, all right, yeah, we're going to get the fans back. You have the talent, but at the end of the day, without the fans, they got to realize without the fans, they don't got shit. Because that's what WWF is. That's what football is. It's you need to learn too, because football, it's entertaining. It's the number one sport in America, but pretty soon they're gonna outprice themselves.
Yep, it's the same.
Like I said,
it's like I used to
Go ahead,
do. I used to do this in the strip clubs. Girls will sit up there like they ask you for a dance. You tell them no. All of a sudden, you're a broke ass, whatever they feel like saying after that part. And I'm like, all because I didn't give you a dance, I'm this and that. Listen, if it wasn't for people like me, you wouldn't even have this job. You know what I'm saying? Us, I guess, perverts, if you want to call us that. You know what I'm saying? Us perverts, without us, this job ain't shit. You don't have a job. So WWE, listen. If you listen, anybody listening from WWE, listen. You about to lose fans, whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find a way to still watch your product, but we're not giving you a damn dime of it, for it, because it don't make sense. Like, I sit up here and watch those. I watch WrestlePalooza the next day. I didn't watch it the day of. I ain't. I barely watch your free shit the same day.
Yep.
So you hear what I'm saying? I'm over here watching on SmackDown right now as we talking. You feel me? So it's like, come on, man. No, so yeah, if you listen, get back to what it was. Like, I loved the WWE Network when it first came out. Like, I thought that was the best thing that ever happened to wrestling. That was my best and favorite moment. I'm like, what you mean? At $9.99, I could do what? I could watch what?
Right.
Come on, man. It don't get no better than that. And now all of a sudden, here we are, you charging this and you charging that for that. What you trying to do? You trying to make up for the WWE Network and what your losses that you thought you lost? Oh, man, listen, you gained a lot of fans, bro. You gained a lot of new fans when you sat up there and put that and did that. And then you want to sit up there and sell it to what, Peacock? And then Peacock has the rights of it for whatever. And now we sitting up here putting pay-per-views, or PLEs is what you call them nowadays, on ESPN. Man, come on.
Yeah,
man.
I just about to mention the ESPN thing. Yeah.
Come on, man. No, man, all this I'm telling you is a tariff, man. It's all
Yeah,
a tariff.
when it was on the WWF network, man, you know how many classic matches I was watching, man, and
yes, it was so easy to use. It was user friendly. Man, Peacock come over here and I'm like, man, what we doing? And then the thing is, I hate about Peacock. You have to, like, if I'm gonna watch the replay, say the show's still on live, but you know what the problem is? The show ends, but then comes the post show, so it's still all one long stream, and I cannot watch the replay until the goddamn shit is over.
So the post show is over.
the WWE Network, it could be pay-per-view could start at 8:00. I could come in around 9:30 and it give me the option: watch now or watch from beginning. Watch from beginning. We don't get that no more on Peacock. That's the feature. I'm like, bro, where's the watch from beginning? I don't want to see now. I don't want to see Big E sitting at this table talking to Sami Zayn right now. I want to watch the damn show that just happened. But I got to wait for this shit to finish and then wait 30 minutes after it is done for them to put the replay up there to be available. So now the replay is available by 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, man, hell no. I'm not finna watch this.
I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. My bad, not to cut you off. I'm gonna let you finish. I want Mr. Paul and Shake have one more say on this, and I want to go to AEW. I want the last hour to be on AEW because we were talking about WWE for this hour.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm watching this shit around like I'm not gonna watch it at 1:30 in the morning, bro. It's not happening. And then when you look back, when you do put it on like before it's actually over, it'll show you it's in 5 hours, 15 minutes done went by already. So who's gonna stay up from 1:30 and watch all this shit for the next 5 hours till 6 in the morning? Hell no. Hell no. Let me get that. Let me be able to. You start at 8, and if I have nothing else to do or watch, I should be able to tune in at 9:15 and watch from beginning. And therefore, I'm just an hour and some change behind live. But no, I have to wait till the whole thing is over, even the post show. That's crazy. It don't make no sense. I don't like that.
You can't. Let's say, for instance, you say, all right, watch live, and then always just rewind it.
It won't let me.
Now with Netflix is I'm gonna say that with the Monday night show on Netflix, when I get on there to watch it, they ask me if I want to go back and see it from the beginning. And well,
Yes.
not, but yeah, exactly. So I now with Peacock, I haven't watched it on Peacock yet, but no, I actually agree with what you're saying because I'm not going to be staying up late at night trying to watch 4 hours of repeat wrestling event. Now, I'm not doing that. But
Right.
now also too, I want to bring this up real quick. One of the things I enjoyed the most coming up as a kid is that there were so many different wrestling companies out there that's what uh really got my attention to wrestling, that I can watch wrestling from Florida. Then I could turn the TV to another station and watch wrestling coming out of Georgia or Tennessee or Texas or wherever. Right now, and I could be wrong for saying this, and it kind of makes me a little gloomy, is that the WWE it has expanded so much to the point where it's going to be hard for any other companies um to not actually compete, but to be able to have fans to watch it. Because with me, I enjoy the WWE, yes, but I also like the different style that AEW has. I'm trying to catch up with TNA wrestling, but now I'm being told that I think WWE is about to merge with them. So my thing is that I kind of hope and just me that they don't expand too much to the point where if I want to watch a different wrestling company or what have you, so be it. I don't want it to be all consumed by one company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to end that with what Mr. Polk said. We're going to go to AEW and their pay-per-view, AEW All Out, that was in Toronto. I want to sit there and get y'all thoughts on the whole pay-per-view. I'm going to say straight up, it was a great pay-per-view. You know the whole dynamic of AEW and their pay-per-views. Be prepared, take a nap beforehand. If you don't, you're going to probably fall asleep probably by the time of the main event. Don't have work the next day. Don't have work the next day because you're going to be cranky as fuck getting up after going to bed like 12:30. But I'm going to be honest with you, all jokes aside, the product is really good. I mean, it's going to be weeks. Like I'll say this, the homestand that they had here in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena, which I'll add to the little price comparison. The price comparison to WWE, and I'm not going to compare it to WrestleMania because it was their regular Collision and Dynamite tapings, also Ring of Honor tapings, also in that. They charge the consumer $450 for the front row. The cheapest ticket was $82.
Mm.
Winners, if you
And that
don't
was at the
mind.
2300 Arena. And I think that was
Dolphin winners. I want to take a
Go
quick
ahead.
commercial break.
Let's go.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef
Shout
Jew,
out to
Miami
Fanatics.
Dade.
I am definitely a consumer, definitely. Yeah, and my bad, Chef Jew. Definitely shout out to Chef Jew. Continue with Paul.
Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Get your sweet treats, good eats, and don't forget the cheesecake.
That man knows it personally because he actually had a little personal cheesecake and he ate it all by himself. It didn't say nobody shit. How dare you, Paul?
Yum, yum in the tongue.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? Appreciate everybody listening. Shout out to my man Timothy Thompson, my supervisor. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to Crypto. Shout out to John Federline, Aquavision, Damian Hernandez, and we're gonna get into the AEW stories. AEW is not better than WWE storyline wise. They hardly have any stories. Yes, they do. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to sit there and counteract with that. I love when people say AEW doesn't have storylines because you are based to a certain system of professional wrestling and you want it to be like that in every federation. Does not mean that they do not have storylines. If you, as a consumer of professional wrestling, don't do your homework and don't watch different wrestling organizations like myself, Mr. Polk, Shake Money, and my man of the Hour, then you cannot sit there and say that. So if you are a WWE tribalist and you don't watch anything else besides WWE, you will say that statement. So I'm sorry to tell you this, but AEW does have storylines. It's really up to you to follow it, and they actually tell the storylines in the ring if you pay attention. But like I said, gentlemen, we're going to go into the AEW All Out pay-per-view. I like the pay-per-view. It was long as shit, but it was really, really good. It told stories throughout the pay-per-view. And what's funny is if people don't, if certain wrestling fans, and this is not all wrestling fans, certain wrestling fans don't want to follow the demographic and they're used to one product and their mind is set to one product, that's their fault. That's not my fault. And I'm going to say that, and I'm standing 10 toes down on that. You're talking to somebody that's been watching different wrestling promotions all their life, like Mr. Pope, like Shake Money, like Man of the Hour, and even Papa Paul. So I'm sorry to tell you, there is storylines. It's not, you can't comprehend them, that might be your fault. But what do you guys think of the pay-per-view this past weekend?
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see it, but y'all go ahead and talk about it so that way I can.
Mr. Paul, I want you to inbox me on my messenger after we're done, okay?
Okay.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's
Go ahead,
just
go ahead,
like,
Joe. Go ahead, man.
well, let me say something.
Go ahead, Shay. Go ahead, Shay.
As far as the people, it's just like with Nikes. They could put out the wackish sneakers, but because they have that check mark on it, people are gonna flock to it. You know what I'm saying? When I grow up, I didn't give a fuck. Nowadays, when I was a kid, yeah, I want the Nikes, but now that I gotta pay bills, I'm like, fuck it. If it looks good, I'm buying it. Fuck it. I don't give a shit what it has.
You ain't never lied, bro. You ain't never lied.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, it was long as shit. The matches that stood out to me was, of course, this what's her name, Statlander.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'm happy. Congratulations to the new World Women's Champion. Well overdue, bro.
For me, yes, and
you know, if you go ahead. Because if you followed it, I'm gonna let you finish. If you followed it, she actually was supposed to get a title run, I think, 3 years ago, and that's when she hurt her ACL in the ring. Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. So that's my reason for the no. My reason for the no is because when she came back from the injury, they immediately put her in the match with Jade. That's what got Jade up out of there. Remember, Jade was undefeated. Chris is the only one to beat Jade in AEW twice. Because Jade
I think Jade was on her way out. She was on her way out anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So Jade loses to her the first time. That's when they took the TBS title off of her. Jade gets the rematch some weeks later because Jade had one more match on her contract. And the rematch happened. and Chris beats her again, and whatever. So I kind of had like built up some type of dislike for her because I'm like, damn, how dare you beat Jade? But anyways, yes, but congratulations to her on taking this title off of what she call herself, the timeless. Timeless, the timeless one. I love how
that woman is the best professional. She's the best female professional wrestler right now.
Yeah,
I don't care
love
what
how
anybody says.
the whole
She has it
the
all.
whole gimmick and all and everything. It's working. That I like this Tony Storm the best, but I guess for now unless he evolves later on, I don't know. But of course the coffin match. The Darby Allin and John Moxley.
Right.
I mean, would you say like what would you think this was a match or is this to push somebody? Because Darby's
Who's
been
there to
out for a
push? They're both
while.
over.
Right, they're both
Yeah,
over.
yeah, they're both over. So I mean, they both one climbed Mount Everest, the other one has had the back of AEW regardless, no matter what. He's a lifer. John Moxley's not going nowhere, and that man has been carrying AEW. So the guy Hernandez in the chat. There's been plenty of storylines. You're sitting here talking about name this storyline, name that storyline. I can talk about how Jamie Hayter and this Chris Stanlander thing has been a storyline for 3 years ago. I can talk about like the whole storyline between the conglomeration and all those guys. I can talk about all those different storylines. The thing about it is you want something, you just want this vilification, or if you just want this thing that if you're a WWE tribal, just say it. I mean, I would rather you just say that, just say you don't like AEW and don't like their storylines, than you sit here crying wolf about main storylines that have never stuck out. Like, I just want to know storylines of trouble from New Japan to AEW. Like, you're not doing your homework, my friend.
So the Swerve and Hangman wasn't a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah,
like,
you're right. They have plenty of storylines to sell to you that they're giving us. Is just like you said, he's looking for microphone work, a lot of talking back and forth with each other, and like you said, some of the stories are being told in the ring by wrestling. And
thank you.
A lot of it is that's how AEW works. AEW is not the entertainment business. The E in AEW that stands for entertainment. It stands for elite. So, you wanted the entertainment and the story modes or storylines rather, then yeah, WWE is your product. But if you want wrestling where guys are going to get in there and do some outrageous stuff that looks like dangerous as hell. I mean, we seen John Moxley take the spike bat to the back.
Oh my goodness!
Jesus!
Embedded into this. Let's talk about the what was it? The choke slam on the board with the spikes. That match, you know what I'm saying? And that's a story in itself because we already seen what happened to his back previously. So we're gonna throw you on something else to, that's a story in itself right there when it comes to AEW. Like they do nonverbal stories. That's what they're giving you. They give a lot of nonverbal storylines, and if you don't know history, sometimes you ain't gonna get it. Like if you didn't know about Edge and Christian, you wouldn't have known the whole, when they met up first time in AEW with each other, you wouldn't have gotten the whole go fuck yourself thing and what that meant and why Christian said that if there was no storyline. Sometimes you just got to pay attention or you just got to be a real wrestling fan to know.
Thank you. Very well said. Thank you.
You just got to pay
Because right
attention
now,
to
you're
it.
looking at the storyline. Yeah, like you got the storyline right now going on with Chris Statlander. Everybody's thinking, who's that next member that's going to be joining the Death Riders? And I don't know why I feel like this, but I kind of funny feeling it's going to be Willow. I don't know why I think Willow's going to turn.
Yeah, because you know what?
Really,
They're pushing for Chris so hard. And you know, with her relationship with what's the Asian dude? God damn it.
Kai and Tai?
Willow Yuta.
No, yeah,
Yuta.
Yuta.
Oh, I
So
thought you were talking about Kai and Tai.
nah. So they're pushing so much because of their friendship. See, that's a story right there. There goes storyline right there. Because she has a relationship with Yuta, you have to sit up there and see why they're pushing for her to join the Death Riders and whatever. That's why the relationship between her and Moxley seems to be okay with having her on the squad. At least a in-ring female wrestler. Because Marina, she's shown up ain't wrestling. She gets involved in shit, but she doesn't have matches.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
here comes a question, man. That if they do decide to bring Chris how you say her name,
Statlander.
Statlander, would that cause a rip between
With
the girl
Marina?
Marina, right?
I would think so,
No.
but not yet. I think later on down the line.
Not right away, but later on.
Maybe somewhere down the line. It's gonna kind of give you the if like we never really got to see what would have happened with Judgment Day had Liv Morgan didn't get hurt. Because we didn't know where we ain't know where that was going with Liv and Roxanne. So Liv gets hurt, Roxanne is the fill-in. So we don't know even when Liv come back, is that tension gonna still be there, or they just gonna be one happy family?
Fucking right is gonna be there. They're gonna want to beat her ass. Because guess what? You sat there. The storyline has it. You took her man. Like you sitting there treating him like, wait, what the fuck is going on? You keep hearing that him getting them chicken nuggets, video game systems. What the fuck?
They kinda,
you know she's gonna sit there and beat that ass.
They kind of killed it though a little bit between her and him like that. They kind of like they don't really like show her pushing up on him too much.
Liv. I'm like this. Liv's gonna come back because I think closely she's gonna come back, but she's gonna fuck her up. She's gonna fuck Roxanne Perez up. It's gonna be a rip within the Judgment Day.
Yeah. So I mean, however it works, I mean, it's going. I feel like that's what that you could get the same thing out of Death Riders if Statlander joins. But like you said, they probably throwing a monkey wrench at us, and Willow's going to be the one to join. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? We wait and see. But if it goes that way, there goes your stories, sir. There you go. It's like it's storytelling. It's like everything is not one of them little Dr. Seuss books where you can read it in 2 minutes and you're done. It's not like that. It's
not at all.
You gotta go from what you know now to later on. And like it's like I brought up the Edge and Christian thing. Like if you didn't know the past, what does this even mean of them reuniting? Like nobody even knows. Like
because my whole thing wasn't that because of Edge creating the Judgment Day? That's the reason why he told him to go fuck himself. Wasn't that it, or was it something deeper than that?
I don't know, because I know when you talking about when Edge when he created the Judgment Day.
Yeah. Didn't he screw Christian over
in the Judgment Day?
No, for him to sit there and create the Judgment Day, didn't he screw Christian over for him to be able to create the Judgment Day? Is that how it go down? I'm asking. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's what I'm sitting there saying. I didn't know when you. Yeah, I'm trying to find out
I don't
what
remember. I don't remember.
what perspired for him to sit there and say that.
Right. And then he turns around and then he comes help him against you know, the dude and the whatever his name is, man, the one with the you know,
STR.
the group he was in.
Oh, you talking about Nick Cage? You talking about Nick Cage? Yeah.
Yeah. So then when Edge comes to help him, he
Nick
basically
Wayne. Nick
tells him,
Wayne.
Nick Wayne,
Yeah.
yeah, he basically tells him, go find yourself. Like, y'all just saying the same thing to each other. And then all of a
Basically.
sudden, now we a team. We Edge and Christian again, but you know, new version. I mean, they said fuck it. We see the Hardys is out here tag team champions again doing their thing. Why we can't? We the only team that ain't together from those guys era. That ain't that both still wrestling. I can see if one isn't wrestling and whatever. You shouldn't. You're not gonna get that Edge and Christian thing again. But if both wrestling, they feel like why not one more time? I'm pretty sure the last time was one more time. You know?
Especially Edge, because there was Edge thought at one point that he was never going to wrestle again.
Right. So, and then ever since he came back, he never got in the ring with Christian again. So this was his opportunity to do so. But, yeah, I think
it is wild.
It is AEW. You know, they're like you said, two different programs. They do two different things. WWE likes to start their show like a match happens like 30 minutes after the show starts. It's predictable. It's only predictable when you see somebody in the ring and somebody comes out, and if all you got to do, you get Nick Aldis or the other dude come out. Oh, forget about Adam Pearce. Guess what? The main you already know the main. That's the main event tonight. Right there, that's the main event, right? You just know, and then they're gonna come out, they're gonna say it, and what do you know? That's our main event for the night. So it's predictable. AEW, Tony Schiavone does his screaming and welcome to Collision, welcome to Dynamite, whatever the hell he says, and it's Wednesday. You know what that means? You know that shit. Then next thing you know, ding ding ding, the first match we have is blah 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 blah. Like, straight to the point. That's what I'm talking about. You know, WWE needs to mix that in a little bit sometimes. You know, if even if it's not your thing, I mean, you could start with an impromptu match. I mean, sometimes they'll start with a I used to love when they start with somebody just the show opening. They talking about welcome to Monday Night Raw. Oh, we gotta get backstage. Somebody getting their ass whooped already. Let's start some shit like that. You know, let's get more back to that stuff. Like somebody get their ass whooped in the gorilla area and shit like that. Like get dragged out to the ring. We're gonna open the show like this. Like that's how Brock Lesnar should start the show. During the introduction. Speaking of introductions, how do you feel about the new introduction of the WWE thing? The then now to forever together thing, whatever that thing is saying.
I mean, that's been their signature for a little bit now, but now like you said, they upgraded it. They're trying to.
It's a new. It's a whole new visual.
It's entertainment, bro. They listen. You know, TKO is going to try to beat this cow as dry as they can to get their fucking money back and more, and they're gonna do it by any means necessary.
They're gonna make everything theirs because, like I said, they changed the whole intro now. You know, we're not no longer doing that other one that Vince McMahon probably was behind or whatever. And I know that they took the Ric Flair woo off.
Yeah,
even off the original one, they took it off. Because remember when Ric Flair got his name caught up in some shit too. They pulled his woo off, and then all of a sudden he gets cleared, and they put the woo back on. And but you know, AEW though. Anybody else saw the show?
Oh, I seen it. Shake, did you see the show or no?
No, which one?
The
The
AEW All Out
AEW.
pay-per-view.
No, sir.
Nah, me neither.
Shake. Oh, so I'm gonna inbox you too, Shake. I got you.
um, the Hangman and Kyle Fletcher match.
Very good match.
The Hangman
Yes,
and who?
Kyle Fletcher.
Hangman and Kyle Fletcher, the Photoshop. Also, here's the backstory on Kyle Fletcher. He was once a part of the United Empire with Will Ospreay, as Will Ospreay being a leader over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was part of the tag team. He had a tag team, Mark. Unfortunately, Mark has had numerous injuries, and that's why the tag team had to break up. They tried to bring him back and bring him a part of the Don Callis family, and he failed at that because he got injured again. So he was the one that made it out, and you could see you could see him making the singles run. And and you know what's scary? He has not even reached his peak yet. This kid is still learning. He's 28, 29 years old, and he's definitely a future superstar. You can definitely tell that he's done his homework and he's continually growing as a professional
Did
wrestler every time he talks to the mic. His
Now,
did
his
y'all
stage,
familiar?
whatever. Yeah.
Is this guy the one? Is this guy comes out? He's bald headed and he comes out wearing the pink outfit.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
who. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
That
he
guy
a
got
Didn't
beast.
he
it
has a
didn't
future, a
didn't at
good
first
future.
when he first shaved his head. Remember he cut his hair. And
Yeah, it's in the ring.
yeah, remember, and then he started looking kind of like that. I think that's why he wear pink and them shades too, because he was giving Randy Orton vibes.
Mhm.
Mm.
That I think that's why they changed it. Because when he first cut his hair and stuff, and he was wearing black and stuff like that, and I'm like, bro, he kind of reminds me of Randy Orton. And I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's why
So
they
switch him up to the pink outfit.
they put the
Okay.
pink outfit on and stuff like that to get away from that.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like, that's a great point, Joe. I need to think about that. That's a really good point that you brought up, and I never thought of that. But yeah, like the kid, this dude, he's got it. Like he really fucking got it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, at that pay-per-view match, it was like a 30, I want to say 32, 34 minute match. It was entertaining. It was good. It was telling a story. Like they both was giving it their all in all. When you thought the match was supposed to be done, it was nowhere near being done. And it kept you entertained.
Yeah.
It really kept you entertained. So that's what I liked about it. We got a question in the chat. He said, uh, sorry to be bringing up politics, but with everything censored now, do you see wrestling companies dying down on political storylines and gimmicks like Al Grand, Marcano bullshit? What do you think, Joe?
Do I think they'll dumb it down? The political stuff? No. I think they're gonna. I mean, they won't be. Ugh, I don't think they'll be. If we know WWE the way we know WWE, and Triple H is in the White House,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there's like some
Facts.
type of conversations going on that what can we touch on, what can't we touch on, and stuff like that. Then it'll be up to them to do. But you still also have these wrestlers that is gonna just sometimes get on that microphone and say what they feel like they want to say, regardless to what the program is, telling you to do or whatever. We got other CM Punk guys out there, so I don't think they will dumb it down. I just think they won't really touch too much of it, of the political stuff. And as far as what he said, American Grande, whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's the guy
That
American, yeah, El
that's
Grande Americano. That's the dude that
that's
Kaiser is playing. Ludwig is playing him right now.
yeah, Luke, what? Yeah, him, that dude. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, WWE has always been doing this. This is something they've been doing forever, and they don't shy from it, and if it does, and if it does get too hot for them, they'll just sit up there and cool it down. But it's not like they won't do it again. I mean, WWE is gonna always do some controversial stuff in some people's eyes, and it doesn't matter. Let's look at who's running the shit. Triple H,
Yeah.
Mr. Controversial
Mm.
himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he's gonna allow these people. You can't be, you know, that person, that bad principal, I guess, if you didn't know you were part of the problem. You created the problem. You helped create what the WWE is today. The vocal, the outspoken fans and stuff. You helped do that. That's why you were called D-Generation X. You know what I'm saying? So now you're on the other side of it. And I don't really believe the mind state has really changed that much with them.
Yeah, because DX was anti-authority,
Exactly.
anti-establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and I think that I don't think you're gonna have too many guys that they're gonna throw that in their face, like how you can't do this, like how you gonna do this when you guys did that. I mean, yeah, it's a different time and stuff like that, but you know, just like Trish Stratus said when she in one of her last appearances, you know, I'm your father's favorite female wrestler or something of that nature. You know, she was talking to the young kids in today's world. So it's like, you know, if you don't know who she is, ask your daddy. You know, he knows. And she was part of that era that Triple H was in and whatever. They don't care. Like, I mean, we've seen them do blackface on TV.
Yo, sheesh. Numerous times.
So it's like, huh?
Yeah, shake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They did blackface. That's what I mean. Like, you know, you had X-Pac as Mark Henry. And you didn't think that was gonna cause some shit. So back then, if you had the guts to do that and whatever, I'm pretty sure you have the guts to allow shit to happen now, regardless on who's in the White House. And I mean, I don't see WWE getting Jimmy Kimmel, if you know what I mean. I don't see it happening.
Never that. Listen, they're in, like you just said, they're literally in the White House. You said it yourself, and we know that's a fact. They're
in the White House, so it's not happening. So yeah, they'll get away with. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they had discussions on what they can and cannot.
Yeah, pretty much. They could do shit that if AEW try to do the same shit, they'll be canceled.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right, but here's the thing, though, because really, the last time we had this show, when I had brought that up. But my thing is this: if they start bringing too much politics into wrestling, I think you're gonna start losing some fans. Because now
not really. But go ahead, not really, because we seen Mr. Bulk, and I'll be honest with you, not the country, but they got, you got to remember, through the Vince era, controversy made him money, and he pushed it to the absolute limits where Stephanie went on record and said, I'm not doing that. Like, they said, they asked Stephanie McMahon, what was the craziest line ever pitched by your father? That she got pregnant by him. And they were like, what?
Yeah, he wanted
that out of her mouth.
He wanted a storyline of impregnating his daughter. What in the hell is wrong with you, sir?
And speaking of Stephanie McMahon, where is Shane O'Mac? I haven't seen him in a good while.
Shane don't want no part of this.
Hey man, listen. Vince McMahon allowed a big Samoan dude to put his face ass in her face. So
whatever worked for business, man. They did whatever was going to put the fans and their asses in those seats. They did whatever it took.
Also, I don't understand the Shane O'Mac thing now. Is there something going on there?
Remember when Shane and Vince was to a point when Vince said, you're going to have to take a fucking pair of scissors or a knife and put it in my heart and kill me to get a part of this company. And that's when Shane walked away. Shane hasn't been back since.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's remember.
Then when Shane, go ahead.
I was going to say, let's remember the 2 times Shane was in the ring. One time Shane was in the ring, he inserted himself into the Royal Rumble, and somebody got word that Shane said he's going out there to win the Royal Rumble, and I believe the next person, Vince had a problem with it, and the next person was the next person. Hold on 1 second, my bad.
No problem. But yeah, I think within an hour, like it was crazy because, like, go ahead, you ready?
I'm back. Yeah, the next person that comes out to the ring is Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was told by Vince McMahon, "Get that son of a bitch out of there." And what do you know? He goes in there and he tosses Shane ass up out of there. Shane had no idea what the hell was going on and whatever. So Shane gets tossed out. Then the next time we see Shane in the ring, I believe it's a WrestleMania when they're doing the spot with the Miz and Snoop Dogg. And I believe Shane tears his ACL or something. So and then I don't think we've seen Shane again.
Exactly.
No.
Here's when we are going to see Shane again. And let's give a shout out to Stephanie McMahon because she's going into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. That's probably the next time when we're going to see Shane McMahon on at least WWE television. Because I don't.
But you know what? They don't televise it like they used to. They televise it on Netflix. I haven't seen no Hall of Fame. Yeah, I haven't seen a Hall of Fame. They used to televise it. I don't know. Are they televising it on Netflix?
They used to. Yeah. I know the past few years, it was right after SmackDown. In the same spot, SmackDown is being held at. They'll take the ropes off the ring and have the wrestlers and stuff set up on the stage, and they'll leave the little opening for you to walk down the middle, and that's what it was for a few years. They didn't even rent out a building anymore to hold it. They were just doing it right after SmackDown, and it will be on Peacock. But last year, I don't remember last year's. I didn't watch that last. I think I did watch last year. But last year's on, I think it was separated. I think it was on a separate night. I think it was earlier in the day, I believe, because they had SmackDown Friday, which I believe is not, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been a taped show, and then that Saturday, I think early in the day before the first night of WrestleMania, was the Hall of Fame, and then after the Hall of Fame, you go get ready for WrestleMania. I believe that's how it went last year.
Right.
Okay.
I was on Peacock last year, but it's on ESPN. Yeah, okay. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm not paying for the ESPN app. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. No. I'm good.
This is crazy.
I'm good. Definitely. It is crazy because
so we gotta pay to watch Hall of Fame. Get the hell out of here.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You gotta pay to watch Hall of Fame.
When we knew WWE was getting advertised and they actually on Rise at Universal Studio Florida, you knew that the direction of where they were going. You knew they were putting the advertisements on the tables and the chairs. You knew when there's advertisements all over the ring. You knew somewhat that TKO was like, you know what, we're going to oversaturate the fuck out of this. We're going to try to bleed this puppy dry as much as we can.
And they did it. They sure did it.
They did it. and the fans now are the ones that suffer. You know, and craziest shit is, gentlemen, dumb joints are still gonna be sold out because people are gonna be mortgaging their houses or whatever going to see a wrestling event, and I hope they get everything that they. God bless. I hope they get everything that they get. You know, I wish them the best. But me, truly, personally, I'll be at an AEW event before I'd be at another WWE event. I'll say that publicly. Okay.
So
Yeah.
somebody named Captain Refucho is asking, can he speak for a while? I know it's about wrestling. That's what he put in the
All right, cool.
stream, y'all. I don't know who he is. Where you at, Cap?
Well, he's backstage.
I don't know. He wrote it was in a message on here on StreamYard.
Oh, that's the Raiders guy.
Well, we're looking.
I don't know.
Okay, well.
He's the other
yeah. I would like. Where's he? Okay, he's in the studio chat, but he's not in the comments. Or where?
Not backstage.
The link is.
Yeah, he's not backstage.
He had
to be in the studio chat.
I don't know.
I don't see him down in the chat.
He got to click the link though. Like
I'm saying, no, he already clicked the link. He just, I think, is Papa Paul? Can you see if he's backstage or?
Yeah, because I don't see him down there in the chat room and all. That's why I asked him if he backstage.
Hey, if you backstage, put yes or no in the private chat.
There he is. He said, "Yeah, I'm on backstage." Papa Paul, can you bring him up? Yo, Papa Paul.
There you go.
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good because some of the people doesn't know because my name is Capitan Rafucho because I know like several Miami Dolphin content creators, including El Capitan.
Yeah, you were on the show before. You were on the show before, yeah.
Exactly. But I understand this is like a wrestling live stream, which I love wrestling and all the things that are the combat sports. But I think the right decision to move to like from Peacock from the United States to ESPN, I mean, this is like a sign of move. Because I understand because right now there's like new times to get involved with the streaming, all about for the business, all about for like the media. But it seems that all those fans that we grow up wrestling, I mean, they have something very in common. Because, for example, I grew up watching wrestling just like in 2000 when I was like 7 years old. And my dad gave me like a BAS tape, not DVD, BAS tape of WrestleMania between what are the classic matches of WrestleMania, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. And since then, I have a lot of passion for wrestling because I've been there and then different Raws in home, SmackDown. There's one pay-per-view to say Night of Champions, but that was like very great that I had the opportunity to see like all this time. But I understand there's a lot of fans that say, "Oh, wrestling is fake, so blah blah blah, yada yada yada." But you know what? I mean, wrestling is became like great passion because they have storylines that the people really love. It. I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers who became part of our heroes of our childhood. And there's some great moments that we can never forget. Everything. Never.
100%. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep watching wrestling until I can't watch it no more. And like I said, wherever wrestling I can watch on TV, whether it be like I said, WWE, AEW, if I can get to some of the Japanese wrestling or the Mexican, I'm gonna start watching since I have more time.
See, Mr. Paul is the old school. He's my elder. Like basically, my background, I've been watching professional wrestling. I'm from Philadelphia, so I've been watching professional wrestling when they were holding WWF events at the Philadelphia Spectrum, where it was SD Special Delivery Jones and a Brooklyn Brawler and Bobo Brazil and those guys wrestling back in those days.
Wow.
So I remember those days where it was only on closed circuit television. If you didn't have closed circuit television, you wasn't watching wrestling. And then it was on. The networks wasn't even invented. What's crazy is I'm so old. Some of the networks wasn't even invented yet. Like the CW and all that wasn't even invented. The CW didn't come out until I think the early to mid 80s.
Yeah.
Because you only had 3, 6, 10, 12, and we had channel 48 up here up north, but in 61 but here and there. But then 57 came, and that did come in into the mid 80s, and then you did have certain networks. That's how far back I go with professional wrestling. Yeah, I'm that old.
Hey, by the way, I remember what was it? Was it when Austin won the title or when The Rock won the title? When you watched the match, you watched Capitan.
I think that I was like, because I literally had it at the top of the lung because that I was like a really kid. But all right, so let me just take it up for a while that it is right now. But I know that it's something that I wasn't having the kind of the fun. But all right, so that was like the moment. All right, so that was like the moment that. Okay, so that was the moment that The Rock won. That was the moment that The Rock won.
Okay, because the first time they wrestled, me and my man, Man of the Hour, we had to watch it the next weekend because we got too drunk and we didn't remember what happened. We just know that Stone Cold won the championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
didn't even know what happened.
Remember that. But I had a lot of great love for wrestling and everything because not only I'm just being like a content creator, but I have a lot of passion of wrestling, and it became so much incredible because during for that time when I was a kid, I was watching the Monday Night Raw with my dad on Sunday morning, and that was just like very impressive to see all the wrestlers coming up there with the great storylines, the great movements. I mean, even I had the opportunity to see like all those wrestling heroes that became part of my childhood. And I will never forget that there was one moment that I was on Monday Night Raw that was off the air. You guys see like the name, which is the name of Bro, which is Matt, the Bro.
The Bro?
Yeah, to say, oh no, that was like, dude, that was like a between for like, that was like Matt or.
You want the Brood?
Oh yes, the Bro, yes.
The Brood with Edge and Christian and
The Brood with Edge and Gangrel.
Gangrel. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That man. I ain't gonna lie. Gangrel had like one of the hardest intros out there, man.
Bro, he has a wrestling school. Gangrel has a wrestling school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has a what?
A wrestling school.
Oh really?
Oh yes, he has a wrestling school.
He has a wrestling school down here. Yeah.
Every time I saw him, I used to think that was Keith Sutherland.
Yeah, but like I said,
I'm very happy to have you. I'm happy to have you. I'm happy to have you up here, Capitan. I wanted to ask you a question. We were talking about the AEW pay-per-view that just happened also this past weekend, also along with WrestlePalooza. What was your thoughts on either one of the reviews?
Between for like the battle of WrestlePalooza versus AEW, I mean, when am I talking about this right now? Because in terms of how disappointed that I ever like really happened about this right now, I mean, the WrestlePalooza versus All Out from AEW. I mean, regardless of how big it was, because it was just like WrestlePalooza is just like an event for only one match, but All Out, it was just like more than that. And I love it. I think that the classification of C on ESPN, I mean, he didn't expect it about this, but I enjoy so much at All Out. It was just like, man, I've been seeing like the two products, but All Out it became something even better. It's like one of the same people who always blamed about like how many matches get out there, and those were the taken off were like incredible. But basically, I mean, All Out is the best show. And of course, like the women's wrestling, I mean, he just became like it nailed it. That mixed match it long too much, but there's like the moments like a really fun. But the thing that I was really enjoying, which is the ladder match. I mean, this is one of the copy and paste or like the Wyatt Sticks and SummerSlam, but that's basically like the same. But I just get really entertained. I just saw like the all pay per view, which is all out, but I know what's gonna happen. But WrestlePalooza, that was like really mad, but all out that was like really crazy, really crazy. And I think that I was like the main show that I was blowing up it away, and I was getting like really involved all of it this time, because Okada versus Takashita versus Dorada was so incredible that makes like even think that let Dorada take the win. Even thought that obviously that we're going to Okada retain, but that wrestler emerging down strongly. I never seen it before. Letting me came off at a genuine level 100 wrestler.
I agree. I agree 100%, man. You nailed it. You nailed it. Like and I don't think it's not enough to be said after that. You complete. No, I'm serious. I'm very serious, and I'm very modest right now. He nailed it. He nailed it in a nutshell. Seriously. He basically said, "Look, because I watched both, and I told my fellow brothers on here that I just couldn't finish watching the WrestlePalooza because it just wasn't entertaining to me. It just was. It just didn't do it for me. And I watched the whole AEW All Out pay per view, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like this is great." I mean, no disrespect. Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill match was I don't know what the fuck happened, but that wasn't really done well. But it was Eddie Kingston's first match back. I was happy to see him back in the ring. But you started off the show with Cope and Christian versus FTR. You couldn't get no better than that. You started the show off with a banger right from the right off the bat.
They had to
Yeah.
get,
You know,
but
and to
what's the
see
joke?
and to see you had go ahead.
No, I was just saying, what's the jokes they had to let the old dudes go first? Well, you know they got to go. You know they got to get to bed. They got to get to bed early, so you know.
Oh man,
You ain't lying.
Wow.
Yeah.
I testify to that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Even AEW's pre-shows be live. You know, like the matches before the talking about the match before the main show. Like they'll have like 2 or 3 matches before the real show. Like WWE don't even do that.
No.
And they give you this long,
get your money's
boring
worth. You get
long, boring pre-show of something that you get 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours of shit that led up to this match. Like, bro, we've been watching this unfold for the past month.
Oh man.
And now you're giving it to us in one show. Then what was the point of watching all this for every week if you're going to give it to us in one show at the pre-show?
Dude, like I said,
anybody that don't watch wrestling weekly, you could just watch the pre-show and you'll know everything that's going on for that event that's about to happen.
Yeah, because just like one of y'all mentioned earlier with WWE, there is a leak because even during some of the main events, there's somebody leaking stuff out, about what's going on in the match because you can get on YouTube and in some way see it or maybe or even on the internet itself and see it, Somebody's leaking it out.
Can somebody tell me what the hell happened to Jey Uso? How he got
What he
split
did?
open?
So what happened was, all right. So what happened was, he hit Braun Breaker. He had Braun Breaker in the back, and the chair ricocheted off of Braun Breaker's back to right back to Jey Uso's head, and he concussed himself, and he split himself wide open.
Yeah, because
That's what happened.
I'm seeing, because I'm watching. I'm like, how is he leaking?
Yeah, buddy, that chair said, "Well, right off that man's back." He sprayed a foul, but the ricochet off. Yo, Braun is a beast. He a different type of dude, and he hit that boy with that back shot, and the chair said no, and it smacked him back in his face, and it hit him in his head.
Bruh, like you see, whatchamacallit almost did it to himself the other day too. LA Knight.
Yeah, I know.
LA Knight hit that. He hit the top rope with that chair. That chair almost killed him, man. I'm like, bro.
We got about 7 minutes left. Capitan, I'm happy that you came up here on the show with us and joined us. We do this every 2 weeks. I would love to have you back like the next 2 weeks if you want to come join us. We'll be here.
No problem.
So our show starts we start at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely, if you want to come and join us, man, you're more than welcome to join us anytime. You know that.
All right, salute to y'all. I'm gonna bounce back, but right now I just wanted to tell you, have a great Saturday. So thank you very much, and I will see you there just like it.
Oh damn!
It is.
Wow.
Damn.
And
Okay.
you know what? What's funny is I did every time. You know what's funny? Every time you say when somebody's talking, you're like, "Hey, man, an hour. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm expecting you to say Beyonce's album was the best album of the year.
Oh, shit, getting started.
That's funny. Anybody got anything else to say after that?
Hey man, you know what no, this ain't our last take, so no, I'll save it.
You can say it's our last takes because we got about 6 minutes left.
No, I'm gonna wait till we go doing our last takes. You know, mine is quick and simple.
Go ahead, you first, huh?
Oh, well, okay, well, fuck Jerry Jones. I mean, I know this ain't the show, but hey, I mean,
what time? Oh, so what time y'all come on? Y'all come on prime time, correct?
Tomorrow night.
Woo, I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right. Over under 3 sacks on deck tomorrow night.
Over.
Oh shit.
Man, Dak ain't got no man. Listen, he ain't got his favorite guy. The guy I keep telling y'all that wasn't the number one receiver, he ain't there. So now we ain't got no receiver. We got Pickens, but it seems like Dak don't like him. So
hey man, you know what? I'm a fan of CD Lamb now. Not because of what he does on the field, is that he opened up
Same here.
a big animal shelter.
Yeah. I'm a fan of CD Lamb also. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not ashamed to say that. Yeah, definitely.
I could be a fan of him too, as soon as he leave us. Or listen, or if he stays.
Well, just like listen, I'm a fan of two of the person, but not the quarterback.
Listen, look.
Absolutely.
If he stays, then we need to go get a real number one. That's all. Because he's a good number two. He was perfect where he was at. But all Jerry let go of people, but didn't replace them. Like he let go of Amari Cooper only to move CeeDee Lamb up. We didn't get it. That wasn't no true number one. Then we let go of Ezekiel Elliott for Tony Pollard. He's not a real number one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're just moving people up the depth chart, but you're not like bringing in that replacement, that real replacement. And if you can't do it within the year you let those people go in, then at least try to fill those voids the next year. You didn't even do that. You get Pickens through a trade. If it wasn't for Pittsburgh wanting to move on from this dude, we wouldn't even have him. You know, so it's like Pittsburgh kind of did themselves a favor rather than us helping ourselves. Because we keep saying we need a wide receiver. Like, if I feel like this, if CeeDee Lamb was all that, we wouldn't have got Pickens. That go to show you right there. We went and got Pickens, a hard-headed guy. He fits right where he needs to be, right there in Dallas, because that's where all the hotheads like to go to. And, you know, then it's going to be the coach's fault. You know, once all it takes is a riff. One little riff. That's all it's going to take. He hasn't had it with Dak yet, but it'll come. It'll come. So, trust me. And we need corners. That Trayvon Diggs dude's ass.
Hey, by the way, AEW, the next pay-per-view, I want to see Chad Khan, Stephen Ross, and Joel Glazer in a TLC match for Florida Supremacy.
Then y'all shit grabbing it up.
Oh man, Mr. Polk, you got any last words?
My thing is, you know, I'm gonna say this real quick. You know, as being the OG and a wrestling fan for a long time, you know, don't expect the different wrestling brands out there to be exactly the same. Enjoy each and every one of them, you know, because they each bring in, you know, entertainment and what have you. So, you know, don't, yeah, just enjoy, you know, just enjoy it. That's all. That's the thing. That's the best thing I can tell anybody.
Yeah.
I'll finish it. I think you can't say it any better, Mr. Polk, but I always say this: enjoy professional wrestling as a whole. You enjoy what you enjoy, you like what you don't like, but just enjoy professional wrestling. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I never thought in 2025 we would have professional wrestling on basically almost every day of the week.
Exactly, and that's why I enjoy it. It feels in between, and it feels in between football season and basketball season. So hey, I'm cool with it.
Definitely. With that being said, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, for those that don't know, I don't know her name. I know you don't really watch NXT, but for those that do, the girl that was in the Fatal Toxic, whatever that group is called.
Oh, Jasmine Nix.
Yeah, she was let go. Just so you know, so when when we see that group, it's only gonna be a 2-girl group now. It's no longer 3 of them. Homegirl, we just saw her last show. Her last appearance was on Tuesday, so we're not seeing her no more. For now.
And this time next week, I'll be in North Carolina. This time next week, baby.
All right, brother.
Also, Dolphin, you wanted me to wait till after after we get off. You want to talk to me about something?
As soon as we get off here, just inbox me. I'm gonna send you something.
Okay.
Same thing with you, Shay.
All right.
So with that being said, thank you guys for listening today. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.